All right, guys, we are back with another great episode of Basscast Radio. I am Brian, your host, and I got Hank, the Bass Geek. What's going on, brother?
Man, the same old stuff, different day. Living the grind, grinding to live. That's what we do.
You got that right. You got that right. Man, what a week it was here at the basscast.com. The cat finale wrapped up, final event, what they call for their spring wrapped up. We actually went up. That was Sunday. And then on Saturday, we had the BFL Shenandoah division. Congratulations to all the winners there. Just letting you guys know, if you haven't checked out the basscast.com, everything is up on the website now. Let's see here. William Hubbard and Jeff Newman won the cat event. There's an interview up with them. And then I recorded a crap load of videos for the BFL, something I started doing this year now that I have internet. So, yeah, it's pretty nice, guys. So congratulations also to Jim Jarvis on winning the BFL Shenandoah division in 1913. And I think it took like 24 pounds on Saturday to win that. Sunday to win that event, the cat event. So congratulations to all the winners this past weekend. Excuse me. It is a big week ahead for us here. So this weekend we have the Bass Northern Open event. Hopefully I'll get a chance to head up there on Saturday for the final day. Get to see my boy Gray Buck. He is fishing that event. Travis Luger, we've had both these guests we've had on the show. They're going to be there. He's going to be there as well. Hopefully he'll be fishing the final day.
I think John Sokup's going to be there.
Yes, Sokup's supposed
to be there.
Yeah, Sokup with the most is supposed to be there. So I'm looking forward to that. The Basscast has its second kayak series event on Leesville Lake. So we have that. And then I know a lot of people are going to be heading down here next week to Smith Mountain Lake because we have, some people like it, some people don't. We got the Big Bass Tour. We'll be right.
I don't know who wouldn't like the Big Bass Tour.
Well, a lot of people don't like it because the spawn's going on and they're picking them up off the beds, and
if it wasn't that, it'd be another tournament fishing during the spawn.
Amen. But the bad thing is, it ain't I guess it's like 700 freaking anglers show up for this thing.
That's true.
That's the whole thing. And I know here we have a lot of tournaments. We have Angler's Choice. Like I said, that BFL this past weekend, that was 152 boats. So, but nothing of the capacity of the Big Bass to a Goliath. Yeah. So it's a busy next couple. And then the Big Basket, then the Basscast.com kicks off stop number 1 on Smith Mountain Lake the week after that. So it's April, everyone.
There you go.
It is time to hit the water.
Yep. Yes, it is. I love April. It is, things happen so fast, especially where I'm at. You get a ton of pre-spawn, then most of the time, those big smallmouths start to move up. And that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. We got a full moon coming out.
Yeah.
No tournament, but I'm going to be out on one of my favorite smallmouth lakes, seeing exactly where they're at and hopefully catching some big pre-spawn and bedding smallies.
There you go. So, Bass Geek, what's the latest video we got out right now from you, man?
Well, we just dropped a video yesterday, and that is it's a massive unboxing of just basically all the baits that you could ever imagine using in the spring.
There you go.
So, it's basically a video just showing everything that you could possibly want to throw.
There you go. So, guys, get out of there, you crazy thing. Here it is. Here's the Bass Geek channel. Top April baits is the latest one. Guys, 4,500 people have already watched this video out of his 49,800 subscribers. So if you're not following him, or you haven't went and hit the bell yet for notifications, please make sure you do so. And I don't want it to start, Dick, on it. Well, here it is anyway.
Yeah, we're right at 50,000. We are literally, I don't know what it is right now. I checked it just before. So we're right at about 100 to 102 subscribers from being at 50,000 right now.
All right, guys, we're going to have a live telethon on pretty soon.
We're
we're going to make it all night long until we hit that 50,000. And whoever hits the 50,000 will win a free t-shirt from the basscast.com.
With the way it's been going, we've had days, April so far. Well, February was the best February we've had in terms of growth. March was the best March we've ever had. And right now, April is just blowing it away. We're seeing anywhere from 50 to 90 subscribers a day.
Wow, dude. That is awesome.
Yeah. So,
well, I want to thank everyone here for checking out Basscast Radio. But also, we hit the 20,000 mark on Instagram last week. So that's been a really big goal of ours here. And we appreciate all of you guys for following. Welcome you all to thebasscast.com. I do need to put up a contest Friday. So hopefully we'll have our monthly giveaway contest and a free jersey from While We're America. Plus, we got a box from Missile Baits.
Nice.
So we appreciate all our giveaway sponsors and thank you to everyone. But all right, let's get the ball rolling, man. Guys, it's a late night episode. Geek's up all night. Bacata's not up all night. There's coffee in the cup. Let's just say that much. All right. So you guys all heard this angler, and you actually listened to him for quite a while on Bass Live the other day. I don't want to here. Let's say this real quick before he comes on. I think they had to take him off the daggone camera. I mean, they had the camera on him the third day, and he talked and he talked. He will tell you. I mean, this guy is very educated, a smart guy. He knows what the heck he is talking about. He's wide open. As you guys saw the photo I posted on Instagram this morning. Matty Wong, man. That's, I guess, tonight, guys. I mean, I think he was afraid. I think Zoden and I'm afraid he's going to take over the show.
He very well might.
I mean, let's just say this. If he fishes for another 10 years, you guys know how NASCAR goes. You know, they all retire, and the next thing you know, you see one working for Fox Sports and one working for Embassy or whatever it is now. I don't even know. You're going to see Matty Wong right there.
Oh, yeah.
In Bass Studios.
Yeah, he's definitely got a future in television.
Definitely does.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to be right back with Mr. Matty Wong. All right, guys, we are back with Mr. Matty Wong. What's up, brother?
How's it going, guys? What's up?
Man, glad to have you back on the show, especially after a very good performance at, what do we want to call this daggone lake? The Chickamauga.
Lake Chick. Thank you, man. No, I appreciate you guys having me back on. It's always a pleasure talking with you guys. Yeah, I had an incredible event on Chickamauga. It was my very first time to the lake, and managed to get a couple donkeys in the boat, man. It was fun. Made a couple mistakes that costed me a top 10, but all in all, I got great points. Was able to learn something about a new lake, and able to also do something for the first time, which is weigh in a monster, a VMC monster bag of the event. So all good.
Yeah, man. You brought home $10,000 from that. Do you get an extra check for the VMC, or was that wrapped into it?
No,
you'll get that later, won't you?
Yeah, so it's actually a total of 12 grand because it's 10 grand for the cut and then 2 G's for the VMC bag. So
nice.
Yeah, I got some gas money going into my little break.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I might be able to actually make it from LAX up to Ventura with that paycheck.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say, is that going to pay for your plane ticket for the appearance out and then back again? Dude, that's how it goes.
Dude, it's bad. Gas prices are what, $6.50 now. It's insane.
In California?
Yeah, it's real bad.
Oh wow. I heard
Yeah.
that
God.
I heard Biden's supposed to be giving you guys like debit cards or some tax cards or some crap out in California.
I have no clue. I'm not a part of it anymore.
There you go. All right, let's talk some fishing. We ain't worried about that mess. Let's talk some bass fishing, man. Talk about this event. Like you said, you never been to the lake.
Yep.
How did practice go for you?
Day one of practice, I had a half day because leaving Cherokee Lake, I blew out both of the tires on the right side of my trailer.
I've seen that.
So that was kind of fun. I was able to get them fixed in the morning, and then I got a half day on. I managed to catch a couple keepers, but nothing really solid. And then day two, I went out and I had a really good practice. I caught probably 10 keepers, and probably for about 16 to 18 pounds.
Wow.
And it was a flip bite. I got on a flip bite and then throwing around a shaky head and a chatterbait. And then my third day, I wanted to go and search around. So I threw the big bait around, and the first 30 minutes that I picked it up, I got smoked 4 different times. And that's when I knew, like, okay, this is a great plan B.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So going into day one, 10:09, a good day, a decent day, but not the day, that you needed. But it who was it? I think there was a couple nice bags popped out. Some 20-pound bags came out of day number one.
Yeah.
And then on day number two, man, what changed for you day number two?
Yeah, so day number one, I ended up losing a 3-pounder at the boat. I tried to boat flip it, 12-pound. It snapped me off. 10 minutes later, I stick a 5, which I was staying around in that area for. So that was kind of good to make me feel a little bit better. But then what else hurt me was I ended up bringing a fish. I measured a 15-incher on a chatterbait, and when I brought it into the scale, she shrank on me. And it actually costed me an additional pound. So I should have had 12. Actually, I should have had 14.
Oh, wow.
But then, taking that extra fish out and then also docking me that pound, rounded me out at basically 11. So that hurt. But yeah, day two. And then the other guy that was in the cut that I was fishing, Jay Ellis, he only ended up weighing 13 pounds. And so did Bob Downey. So I knew that little cut wasn't kicking out the right caliber of fish. And that's when I decided to make the game plan change to go down south and to go investigate more of that glide bait bite. And actually, my goal was to go and put a limit in early on a drop shot and a shaky head and a chatterbait if the wind came up, and then go swing. But by 11:30, I didn't have a keeper.
Wow.
Caught like 8 shorts. And I just said, you know what? If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down doing what I want to do. And I picked up the glide bait, and after about 45 minutes, close to an hour of throwing it, I was about to make a bait change, and I am motor by a 7.5 pounder. And
wow,
that kind of changed the rest of the course of my day.
So what, and then we can talk about the final day here real quick. I mean, another 11:15, the final day.
Yeah.
Did you go back to where you went before, or did you?
Yeah. So I made an adjustment. I fished some of the similar stuff, but I also fished a bunch of new water.
Okay.
I just didn't run across a big one. I was just literally one bite short of being right there in the mix. I ended up missing the top 10 cut by, I think, 4 ounces.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. It's not a lot. It's more than that, but it's not a lot.
Yeah, it was
so,
tight.
Yeah, it was really tight. But either way, it was it was fun. I got to throw around a big bait, and it just wasn't able to get the right bites. I ended up putting my 5th fish in with 3 minutes left, and right as I was actually wrapping up my day on live, I caught my last fish on the glide bait, which was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what were some of the areas, and what were some of the things that we were concentrating on that that helped produce some of those big old bass?
Yeah, well, definitely had to be bumping and grinding, man. Those conditions were definitely key. We had that really cold front, and all that wind, and then yeah. So I would say that was like a big deal. You guys can see me again. I'm gonna.
You've done a great job holding the light. So we've seen you pretty well.
I that's special thanks to Matt's iPhone or Android for shedding some light. So yeah, day 3, I would say, I just wanted to take the time to go out, and I was definitely gonna dance with the lady who brought me. I wasn't about to go back to my old water that, I know that the average bag was coming out of there was 13 pounds, that I was going to go and hit new water, fish the same 1-2 punch that I did the day before, because we were going to have similar weather. And I was, because I had a good boat draw, I wanted to stop really close. And that was the best decision of the day, because I put the trolling motor down, and I think on like I want to say my 8 or 9th cast, I stick like a 3 right at the boat.
That's awesome.
And that was, I'm watching guys blast off next to me, and I'm boat swinging a 3-pounder. And then I turn around, and then the whole time I'm on live and I'm talking about it. And then I'm like, yeah, then you could turn around and go back to the same stretch again. Just got to change up the bait and the angle.
Oh yes, I heard. I listened.
It was good stuff, man. You did a great job.
That's how you got the nickname Zona Junior. I mean,
that's right, man. You'll one of these days you'll be taking Zona's job. It'll be like, Zona, you don't talk enough. Get out.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Hopefully I can keep fishing as long as my body will let me, and then be able to do that other stuff. It's a lot of fun. But,
there you go.
Yeah.
So how was it having the camera on you, man?
I love it. I eat it up, man. And it's, for me, I can still kind of get, I still have a little bit of the entertainer in me, and then at the same time I'm still hunting. I'm still, the competitive bass fisherman. So it's fun. I enjoy it. I know maybe some guys get weirded out by it or feel the pressure.
Right.
But when I feed on it, when he's like, "Hey dude, you're live," I'm like, "All right, this is what we're going about. What I'm about to talk about." And these are some examples. And so I really try to be a good educator when I get the opportunity to be on live. And I think that what that does is just, it helps drive people's curiosity on what's Matty Wong about, what are things that I may think about, or what are some techniques or certain things on my approach, and that makes them curious to want to pick my brain some more. So I think it went well. I'm looking forward to seeing the replay of day 3 and how they actually ended up cutting it all together. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, I would have loved to sneak in the top 10. Like I said, there was just 2 opportunities that were so easy that if I would have just bent over and lipped the fish, I would have been in the top 7.
I boat hop everything. Okay, so I don't feel bad, man.
Well, it's like, I was talking to Carl about this, and when you're fighting a fish and you're so used to fishing them on like 16 and 18 pound tests, and then you make an adjustment to 12, like you almost forget in the moment, because in practice you're boat flipping them, and then it's just something that I just didn't think about. And as soon as I go to flip it, I'm like, the head turned down, and I'm like, I don't know if I should be popped. And I'm like, yep.
All right. So Geek, go ahead. You got a question?
Well, that's the same way, man. I remember well back, I was learning how to Damiki rig. And this is well back, because I'm from like Cherokee. I was actually out there that weekend or the weekend before fishing, before you guys come down and fish the open. And, South Holston, which is farther north, when we fished Damiki rig for big smallmouth up there all the time. And, here I am, fishing 50 foot deep for these smallmouth on, 8-pound test line. And I'm trying to just hop them in the boat. These little hooks, they're coming off. And I'm like, okay, I'm being stupid right now. I'm going to stop this.
Slow down.
So
Yeah, there you go. Slow down. So
You
coming
know.
from California, I know you're not really used to that inclement weather. Now I know California has some crazy weather, but nothing like that.
Yeah, nothing like what I experienced. I've never been out where it's, the morning starts off at 40 degrees and then it progressively gets colder and then it snows on you.
Yes.
Yeah, that was wild. I
Be
think
glad you weren't on Cherokee that weekend because it really snowed up my way.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did it snow on Cherokee?
Yes, I was on South Holston, which is like about 45 minutes, farther northeast Tennessee.
Okay.
And man, literally at one point, the deck of the boat was covered. It was white.
That's crazy, man.
It stuck. It stuck.
Yeah.
So
that's something else.
let me see here. Let me go to. So, where did we go next? I know. We got a couple. I think it's it. We got a couple weeks off.
Yep.
So, what's the plan for the couple weeks off?
Oh man, I can't wait. So this Friday I'm flying out of Birmingham, and then I'm gonna fly into LA. I'm gonna go and stay in Ventura for about 10 days, and then after Ventura, I'm gonna go and go visit my brother in Washington.
Oh, that's cool.
Go watch a hockey game with my little bro, and after that, see my nephew there, and then fly home to Hawaii, and then I'll be home on Oahu for just shy of 2 weeks, where I'll be able to see my folks and see a bunch of my friends.
So this was good timing for all those air miles you're going to amass here.
Yeah. Yeah. This time around, I was actually lucky. I was able to use some of the air miles, so I didn't have to
There
pay
you go.
an arm and a leg, which was great. But yeah, no, I can't wait. This has been this past couple months I would honestly say it's been some of the hardest work I've ever done in my entire life.
Wow.
And I've done a lot of strenuous stuff, like in the photo world, you're 12-hour days and you're in the desert and you don't got a lot to eat and long days, but nothing like what it's like competing on tour where you're fishing dark to dark 30, and then you get home and you barely have enough energy to make dinner. You got to eat and then prep for the next day, and then you go ahead and do it all over again. And then when you're done, you jump right into day one of the tournament and then do that for another 2 or 3 days, and
then the whole mental aspect of it.
Yeah, which is tough, when I definitely got in a little slump where I had a couple bad finishes, and I'm like, man, is this like how the rest of my year? You let those, like I said on stage, is like you let those negative thoughts like poison you,
right?
Yeah.
And I started getting in my head about it, and I'm like, no, it's okay. Everything will work out when it's meant to work out. And so I just like try to just keep saying positive things, and it really helped. I definitely, when I didn't have a fish at 11:40 on day 2, I was like, nah, it's okay. We'll just, it's all right. We're okay. I knew that I was still able to catch fish compared to how some of the guys like Brian knew blank day 1, and everyone was surprised to see that. And
well, I mean, look at, local, Buddy Gross. I mean, one of my buddies, Kyle Welcher, that's lived on the lake for a little while. You did a good job, man. You've had a good ride thus far, man. You've done
the
well.
The elites are treating you well.
Yeah, man. You are. You're definitely on the right path. You're doing a good job. We're rooting for you.
That means a lot, man.
Now just be patient and learn and take it in and get out there and grind.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a huge learning experience, which for me is one of the biggest allures to bass fishing, is that there's, as much as you think that something about something, it's like,
amen.
Yeah, it just takes you go to this lake and try and figure them out there.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome. So that's something that I think that always makes things hungry for me and makes it fun and challenging, and and it's the never-ending learning curve
Now-
of bass fishing.
Now I want to back up a little bit because I've got to know, how do you blow 2 tires? How do you blow 2 tires?
Yeah, people were
On
like,
the trailer.
"Dude, who slashed your tires?" And I'm
Yeah,
like, "I slashed
that's
my
what I'm
tires."
thinking. I'm like, who did you make mad?
Yeah, no joke.
I'm really grateful to say I don't have any or many enemies.
Good.
But what I did was, as I was pulling out of my buddy's driveway, they just happened to have these wooden blocks that were lining their whole driveway. And one of the wooden blocks just so happened to have a bolt sticking out.
Oh man.
Yeah,
And so I
put it in the ground.
Yeah, well, so this was actually on the side.
Oh,
wow.
So where I pulled my trailer up, it was a little tight to the blocks. And so when I was pulling out, I heard a papa. I'm like, oh, that was weird. And then I just instantly see one side just sag over, and I'm like, uh-oh. And I get out, and both of my tires are on the rims.
that
Gosh,
sucks, dude.
That stinks.
So that's when I was like, so can I stay another night?
That's crazy.
Did you tell your buddy you're getting him a grinder so he grind that for Christmas?
Dude, he's like, how did you catch the only railroad tie in the whole parking lot? And it's a big old parking lot too. I have no clue on. It's just my luck. I don't know.
Murphy's Law, man. Murphy's Law. If it can happen, it will happen.
It's true. True that. No, 100%. But no, I like to think of it. Again, even when those bad negative things happen or those unfortunate things happen, I try to take a positive out of it. You know, like I really didn't want to drive 3 hours after having a long day of tournament. I really wanted to just have a beer and hang out with my buddies. And so you never know what have happened on that drive. So
that's right.
I just take it for what it was, and whether it's a sign or if it was meant to be for me to hang out for one extra day. It I guess it didn't hurt me much.
Excuse me.
No.
All right, brother. Congratulations. Best finish so far in a Bassmaster Elite Series event.
Yeah.
They said taking home a good paycheck on top of that. That always helps, puts a little smile on the face, a little, as you said earlier, with gas being the way it is, crazy all over the world right now.
Yes, sir.
That helps. But, we always finish it up with your biggest takeaway. What was your biggest takeaway or something that you learned from this event?
My biggest takeaway from this event, I would say, is when you want to fish your starting spot, fish your starting spot. Don't go and check something else out like that is like a second thought.
Yeah.
Versus starting on where you wanted to start, because the chances of someone else finding what you found is really high.
Yeah.
And I started on this little stretch of wood that I thought I got a couple bites on it, but what my key stuff was a mud and rock transition where I got a couple solid bites off of. I was like, it's okay, no one's back here but me. And as soon as I pull my trolling motor out to go and flip the wood, Jay Ellis comes screaming around the corner and puts down right on top of my stuff. And Jay and I are great friends, and he's an incredible guy and an awesome role model. And so I was dying inside. I'm like, dang, like I'm rooting for Jay Ellis, but he's on all my water right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I waited for him. He fished through it. I was patient. I let him fish through it. And then after he fished through it, I just kept an eye on him. And then I shot over there real fast, and I pulled down and just went to work and picking apart this one little area. And it was just a 20 yard section that I had a couple really key bites on. And I was watching him, and he was fishing something similar to me, but I don't think he was fishing the same thing, because after he had left, I ended up catching that 3. And then right after the 3, I caught the 5 that I caught in practice. So it was, that was a learning experience for sure. Like, takeaway, if I have a spot that I want to start on and I have a good boat draw, go and start on it. And because then if you start short of something else, what ends up happening is you think about the whole time you're not able to fish clean,
Right.
Because you're just thinking about like, I hope someone doesn't stop on my good stuff. You know, you're
you
not
go.
thinking about, you're not in the moment of like, this is the right decision because I got here first and this is what I'm
Right.
clear mind about it. So I think that was a big takeaway for me. Another one is, you know, for me, I'm trying to create more alliances on tour. You know, I think a lot of guys have big groups of people that they talk to, you know, and there's definitely alliances on tour. And then if people think that nobody talks, that's not the case.
No.
You know?
Comparing notes, man. I'll give you a very prime example of this.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is watch Scott Martin.
Yeah.
Think about that house and think about how a lot of those guys are good anglers.
Yeah.
But when they're all together, think about how well when Brian Latimer was in the house, he won his first tournament. When you know, I mean, it seems like they tend to really you know, they do, man. Everybody does. I've got my group locally and we share knowledge and you know, you got the people you trust and you know.
No, it was
happen,
definitely
brother.
It was really cool because this week I got to share information with Carl and Gussie, and you know,
that's awesome.
I'd like to think I gave them some stuff that helped them, and then vice versa. So I think that was a really cool bonding experience, and it was a fun hang. We all get to hang out. I beat Brandon Polinick in ping pong, so that's my claim to fame.
That's awesome.
Got my butt kicked by Carl though. Carl is like a legit.
If you'll just hit the ball hard enough for Brandon that it goes way over.
Oh man, he has this little like rocket like forehand.
Good gosh.
He just doesn't even like. There's no like technique. It's just pure.
Just right at.
He just shoots these little lasers. But no, we had a good time, man. And then after the event, I got to go and I fished some of the stuff that was off limits. And ended up sticking a couple good ones, and then had a really good shoot with Sims. So that
awesome, dude.
That's going to be a lot of fun. So that Sim spot should drop pretty soon.
Oh,
and then
cool.
I also have a new bait coming out with Bastrix. I have a brand new, it's called the Wong Gill, and it's custom bluegill colored hollow body swim bait that is pretty dynamite. Has a little bit of chartreuse in the tail and a little bit of orange in the belly, and the scale pattern's pretty unreal. So that's something I'm really excited about dropping when I get into California. And then that will be out, and then I'll be able to actually spend some time and edit some capture fish and be able to get some new episodes out for the people, for the subs.
All right.
Just keep her going, you know.
Matty, man, we appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you talking with us tonight. Guys, it's a late night edition of Basscast Radio. It's after my lights just cut off. It's after almost 10 o'clock and I'm still awake. So we're doing pretty daggone good here.
Yeah.
Before you leave, man, tell everybody your YouTube channel, Instagram channel, where they can find you, where they can follow you, and all that great stuff.
Yeah, thank you, man. If you guys, you know, want to dive into the more of the world of Matty Wong, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Capture Fish, one word. And I have an Instagram that's collated with that. And then my personal Instagram is Matty, MATTY _Wong, WONG. And then you can also check me out on Matty Wong Fishing on Facebook. And then I do the Capture Fish TikTok thing as well, if any of you guys are on the TikTok world.
All the young kids are all on there. Basscast is on there, and Geek's on there too, man. Geek's like rocking and rolling on that.
Dude, it's awesome, man. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you again for being patient and
no problem, man.
Anytime, brother.
And hanging in there with me, because I got to check off a bucket list thing for me tonight. So that was special.
Pretty
so
awesome.
I appreciate you guys being patient with that. And
all right, guys, head on over and make sure you hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. Bing. Appreciate you for coming. There he is, wide open. It don't matter what time of night. He's wide open. Matty, man, we appreciate you. We love you, and enjoy your time off. And we'll be right back, everyone. All right, guys, we really appreciate Matty for coming on with us tonight. Dude's wide open, man. I mean, he's, if you guys are looking for someone besides Bass Geek to watch on YouTube, make sure you're following. I mean, if you guys just, I don't know, like I said, the whole time they had him on live and he was just talking, explaining what he was doing.
Yep.
I think they took him off because they're afraid he's going to give some damn secrets away. But that was just me. I mean, it's like, hey, don't tell him too much.
Yeah. Yeah. He's had a heck of a ride, heck of the past couple of years. So,
I mean, you guys all, hopefully you listened to the very first episode we did with him when he won an open event. And that what it was. And I qualified him. I have to go back and look. It's too late now. I'm so tired.
We come through the Bass Nation, didn't he?
That's
Didn't
right. He did. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right. That's how he did it. And, he won that. And we did the interview with him after that. And then, he's had, like I said, a rocky season to begin with. I mean, he's still learning. He's still young. And then, to score this one right here, I mean, it helps you. I mean, it's kind of like us here. I mean, for us, you go to Smith Mountain Lake, you get your ass whooped. Next week, you go to the river just so hopefully you'll catch some fish and redeem yourself and feel great about it again. And then you go back to Smith Mountain Lake and you throw your money away one more time. There's something about that stupid lake. But I mean, so, there's guys that catch them. But I mean, it was great for him to, like I said, cash that $12,000 check. And he was literally, I mean, like you guys heard, he was literally ounces away from fishing the final day.
Yeah. Maybe the takeaway should have been on cold days. You need to remember shrinkage.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was like 8 pounds or something crazy from him fishing.
Well, he gets that one fish, he measures 15 inches. It
Yeah.
don't shrink up on him, and he doesn't get a pound penalty. So
that is true. Because fishing that final day, even if he had finished last, he'd have brought home $17,000.
Yep.
So the 5 more grand finishing, not last, but 10th place for the final day. Yeah, it would have netted him that. And then the checks just skyrocket from there up to, Jason Christie's $100,000.
So just remember, guys, even bass experience shrinkage when they're cold in the water.
Bam, that's what I'm talking about. Well, guys, man, we appreciate all of you guys listening. Love you guys. Thank you. Welcome all of new Instagram followers. Like I said earlier, please, let's get Geek to 50,000. Let's do it this week. We're going to do a Jerry Lewis telethon here pretty soon.
Oh, man, listen, the way it's going right now, I fully expect it to be probably 2 days tops.
All right, I'm going to be checking by the weekend. That's the weekend, boys and girls. We're going to be checking by the weekend and, making sure you guys are hitting the share, hitting the follow. And we appreciate you all. And thank you guys for listening. Like you guys heard, Bass has some time off. I think I did see there's a NPFL. Yeah, coming up in 5 days. So they're next.
There's an open this weekend.
Yep, we got the open on, Northern Open on James River. But if I do remember looking earlier, there's an NPFL coming up really soon in the next week.
Yep, it's on. Oh gosh, what was the lake that the Classic was on?
Oh, they're going to South Carolina.
Yes, and it is next weekend. I think they start Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. Well, let's bring it up here real quick. They're heading down to stop number 2 is going to be on Lake Hartwell, which I don't know why it didn't pop in my head. But yeah, April 17th to the 23rd. So get ready to watch Mr. John Sokup and all the rest of the gang. And one little thing real quick. If you're my newsletter, we've been having a word search in there. And it's getting to know your NPFL anglers. And it's pretty cool because, you get to go in there and, there's something fun to play around with. It's cool to get to know all these guys who are, I don't want to go into it. I'm tired. I'm going to ramble here in a minute. But it's just a great opportunity that a lot of anglers did not have this NPFL. And what they do is awesome. And, you know, Lord willing and creek don't rise, they're going to be around for quite a while.
Yeah. And, you know, I've got just one thing to say.
Go ahead.
Bass, live your opens. Why do you not do it?
That is true. At least do the final.
MLF,
at least do the final day.
Well, I mean, but MLF does it what? Okay, so MLF's got the cup. They do the
Pro
what's
Series.
The one below that used to be the Pro Series.
It's called the Pro
And-
Series, and then you do, and then you do the
I think they
Toyota Series. And
I
then
don't
it's
think they do the Toyota Series.
No, and then it's the.
But come on, Bass, you've got, you know, you gotta, you know, the opens are basically your Pro Series. Come on, they live the Pro Series.
And you know, it's kind of crazy, but you know, I was sitting there talking to him, and it's going out of James River, and it's going to be, why can't I think of the name of the state park? But, you know, in the past, they've gone over for the final day over to, you know, Bass Pro Shop. This year, they're not, from what I've been told. The entire event is going to be at the state park. So we'll see. It's going to be an awesome event. Hopefully, people will be safe and watch the tides.
Yep.
Guys, have a great night. We'll be back next week. Like I was saying earlier, I'm sorry, I rambled there. You guys see Bass has a couple weeks off when we were talking about the schedule. So hopefully we'll get some more Bass guys on the next couple of days. I need to do another episode of Let's Talk Fantasy Fishing. If you haven't checked out all that, please do so. But congratulations to Mr. Jason Christie. He cashing fat checks in 2022.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.